I knew, and a lot of people had already known. Like, it feels funny making this video because when politicians like the Biden administration pertains to caring about Ukraine, or when the media presents you with stories about Russian aggression, I knew they didn't care. I already knew. A lot of people knew, and some people wouldn't act like they don't know, and we'll get into that reason. Because I think that they're telegraphed in an open book. I think that you can see right through. So I'll be able to hit on the exact reasons why they're doing this. But first, the Biden puts forth that Ukraine is willing to fight to the last man, and absence admission of any proliferation or any encroaching, we could say that Russian aggression. We know it's aggression. You're gonna run into your top ops, your hegemon. You're gonna run into your top. Eventually, you're gonna encroach. Eventually, we know that it's gonna be aggression. So we don't have to fucking lie. We can see what it is. I don't gotta feel bad because I said a bad thing. That's the way that they are. That's the way it is. So if I say that's how it is, it doesn't mean that I'm anti-Ukraine or against anything. Like, stop fucking playing. Because this shit, do you know that the most strategically advantageous thing for Ukraine to do is to blow up Russian refinery? Okay, the Biden administration was begging recently for Ukraine to stop doing that. Now, I'm not mad one way or the other. I think they, I didn't want them to be able to strike deep into the territory of Russia in the first place, which is why I don't support military intervention and sending them missiles and shit like that. Because lo and behold, we're talking about the same thing before we said we didn't want to do, but they knew they could have prevented it, but they didn't want to. So how can they be like, shame on you, you're a bad person because you say you don't give a fuck about Ukraine? Well, if you say you don't give a fuck about Ukraine, it doesn't mean you don't give a fuck about Ukraine. It means that you could see the shit coming, and we don't want to be played all the way up until it's happening, like, voila, fucking placating this. And if you're going to do that, then you don't get to take a high-minded moral stance shaming anybody because they didn't want to see that happen. We knew it was going to happen. They're just now saying, that Ukraine is outgunned 10-1. As far as like munitions and everything, because you just said that a long time ago. It wasn't very popular and nobody liked it when you say that. We're pushing them into an alliance with China, which is really awful, which is really bad, right? The refining products are going to be more expensive. The crude is going to be really cheap because they're blowing up those refineries. So there's an election coming up, and there's going to be high gas prices during an election. So it comes down to it. Biden, we're willing to fight Russians down to the last Ukrainian, but if it comes to losing an election for Biden, stop doing that, please. Stop blowing up those refineries over there. Actually, I wish they wouldn't blow them up either. But my reason for not wanting them to blow them up, some of it is gas prices. Some of it is like, we're proliferating, and we're doing what we didn't want to happen in the first place, which is, drone strikes and missile strikes deep into the territory of Russia. What a bunch of fake a-holes. Huh. That's weird, right? Like, as far as the outcome, like, what I prefer, what's ideal for me is the same as the outcome of these fucking Judas fucking snake bitches. So I'm anti what something. What am I anti? What am I against? Got to come up with some decency laws or something. But yeah, that's for something else. I'm not talking about overt indecency. I'm talking about I'm not doing anything. I'm not molesting you. and they try to exacerbate the idiosyncrasies of people who are already mental. So if you're already mentally like a little bit crazy, like these are typically the people that profit off of it. They could create a crisis for the profit off of. So name themselves after the solution to it, then they'll always have to be around and you'll always have to finance them.